Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about the biggest weaknesses that are destroying men. So the 5 things on this list are some of the main things I see men struggle with from a society perspective, from interacting with you in the comments, from just really, sitting back and observing as a woman that posts about men's content on YouTube. These could be the reasons why you aren't happy. These could be the reasons why you don't feel fulfilled or you're not successful in your job, your career with women. And I hope that this video really helps you guys see, some of the things that are holding you back that maybe you haven't really noticed. So again, going to be going over the biggest weaknesses that I see men deal with that are not doing you any favors, I promise. Number 1, I have chasing girls, and I'm starting here strong with this one because wow, this is a problem. Chasing girls who aren't into you, doing things to impress women who have no interest in you, being with the wrong women, being blinded by beauty and then getting totally bamboozled by the wrong girl. I mean, the list really goes on and on here. I could continue to talk about this probably all day because the mistakes I see you guys making with women are detrimental. And from a woman's perspective, as someone who is trying to help you as your YouTube big sis, I hate to see this happening to you guys, but unfortunately I think it's happening to many of you. So we really want to get to the bottom of this one and fix it, because this will ruin your life if you let it. If you are constantly chasing girls, having one-itis, constantly trying to impress women who want nothing to do with you, instead of working on yourself and genuinely trying to be better, you are only holding yourself back, and I would say that you're self-sabotaging. Instead of chasing girls, all that time and effort and energy that you would spend chasing women who aren't into you, having one-itis, being obsessed with this girl that is giving you nothing in return, seriously guys, focus on yourself. And I'm not saying you have to do this forever. Make yourself better, and I promise you, you will not have to chase anybody. They will just come to you. You are who you attract, so you have to be what you want to attract. Really think about that one. Really, the main point here for this one, guys, is stop chasing. I've made an entire video on its own about why you guys shouldn't chase, so I'll link that in the description down below for you guys to check out. But really, guys, chasing women is only going to make you feel bad about yourself, and you're not going to be spending the time that you should be actually making yourself better, which would naturally attract the people that you want to be attracted to you. So it's really that simple. Number 2 is no purpose. So I see a lot of people just kind of floating through life with no goals, with no ambition, with no purpose. And I'm not saying you have to want to go to space or be the next CEO of a Fortune 500 company, but have some sort of goals for yourself and have a purpose. A lack of purpose or not knowing your purpose is going to make you feel unhappy. It's going to make you feel unfulfilled. You're going to settle in relationships. You might be broke. And really, it's just going to lead to so many other horrible things. Living a life without purpose means you're just existing, and how sad is that? You don't want to be floating around like dust in the wind. You really want to have a purpose for your life and for yourself, and if it takes you a little bit to figure out what that is, that's totally okay. We're all on different paths. We all have a different purpose. One person might get fulfillment out of one thing, while I would not get fulfillment out of that at all. So really pay attention to what you're passionate about, what your interests are. You really want to find things in life that give you purpose and fulfillment, and find things that make you happy. And to be totally transparent with you guys, this is something that I really used to struggle with. I'm only 25, but I feel like I've just now gotten to a point where I finally know my purpose. I know what I want out of life. And not to say that I never knew, but I just wasn't taking action to get there. So I knew I didn't like my corporate job, but I stayed because I was being complacent and I was afraid to take risk and, make the steps I needed to live the life that I want. The moment I started taking action to actually live out my purpose and to live doing what makes me happy, my entire life changed. So you really have to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to try new things. If you're someone who has no idea what your interests are or what your hobbies or your passions are, try different things until you find something that sticks for you. And you might be a person that doesn't really get obsessed with one thing particularly, but you like to do a bunch of different things. So making time to add those things into your schedule and really implement things in your life that you love and live a life with purpose is incredibly important for you, for the people around you, and for your ultimate fulfillment in life. The next one is a problem, and that is lack of discipline and action. So again, this one kind of ties into no purpose, because I feel like when people don't have a purpose, they obviously don't have the discipline or take action to reach that, because they don't even know what they're trying to work towards. So having a purpose is the first step there, but then once you figure out what it is you want to do, what makes you feel fulfilled, what makes you feel happy, you have to take action to make that happen. It doesn't just fall into your lap like from the sky. You have to work for it. We aren't always going to feel motivated either, so having that self-discipline is incredibly important. There are days when I wake up and all I want to do is lay in bed. Maybe it's a rainy, cozy day outside and I just want to lay in bed and watch movies. As great as that would be and as important as it is to take rest days, unfortunately, you gotta get up and work. So having that self-discipline, having that thing that gets you out of bed in the morning is not always motivation. It's having self-discipline. And if you don't have that, you're not going to take action, you're not going to reach your goals and your purpose, and you're not going to get things done. This could be with working out, going to school, your job, whatever this looks like for you, having that self-discipline to get things done and to take action is crucial. Many men and women lack discipline, and so they don't take the action that they need to get to where they want to be. And just something to remember here, you are what you do, not what you say you'll do. So if you tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym every day this week, and then you don't go at all, you're doing nothing. You're not taking any action to get to where you wanna go. If you want to get super in shape, if you want to be healthy, if you want to be fit and live an active lifestyle, you can't just be a couch potato and say that you're gonna go to the gym. You actually have to go to the gym or go for a run or start eating healthy, okay? So it's important to know what you wanna do, but also know what steps and what action you need to take to get there. And really, this is a huge reason why people are out of shape, why people are broke and have no money, why people don't have success with women. And another thing, having a lack of discipline and a lack of taking action is incredibly unattractive. It's a huge turnoff to women. Actions speak louder than words, and you want to make sure that your words and your actions match. If you say you're going to do something, do it. This is also how you build self-esteem and self-confidence, by making promises to yourself and actually keeping them. Number 4 on my list is alcohol and partying. So don't get me wrong, it's totally okay for you guys to go out every now and then to have a little bit of fun. You know, what is life without a little bit of fun, right? However, you want to make sure that you're doing this in moderation and it doesn't become, the main focus of your life or a huge problem for you. Unfortunately, people have a very hard time doing things in moderation, and anything in excess is never good. So I've seen this become a huge problem for a lot of men. I think that as a society, this like going out, hookup culture and, partying and all that stuff has been very normalized, which is fine. It's okay to have fun, like I said before, as long as you're making sure that you still get your responsibilities done and you aren't putting this before everything else. Anything in excess is typically never a good thing, and I would definitely include alcohol and partying in that. And again, I'm really not trying to be a party pooper. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to go out with your friends, but just really make sure that you have control over this part of your life and you don't let it spiral and get out of control. I have watched with my own eyes alcohol destroy the lives of men, people that I love more than anything, and I would really hate for that to happen to any of you watching right now. So again, it's okay to have fun, but make sure you have control over this part of your life, and it can be addicting, so understand that. Also, most of the time when people make really bad decisions, it's because of alcohol, and that's not an excuse, but it's really something to just be mindful of going forward. So if you're someone who constantly makes bad decisions when you drink, well, maybe don't drink. And also, there are plenty of other ways to have fun, and if you're watching this thinking, actually no, there's not, the only way I can have fun is if I drink alcohol, then you might want to look into that. And that leads me into my next one, which is instant gratification. And like most of the things on this list, this is not just a problem for men, it's a problem for everyone. And you might be thinking, what exactly is instant gratification? So instant gratification is a term which refers to the desires to experience fulfillment or pleasure without delay. It's when you want something and you want it now. It often happens when you forgo a future benefit to obtain a less rewarding but immediate benefit, whether it be entertainment, food, or sex. As a society, we have gotten so used to instant gratification that if something takes more than 10 seconds, we're out the door. We're bored, we've moved on to the next thing already, and it's a huge problem. We're easily bored. We need constant entertainment. We need constant validation from outside sources instead of creating it for ourselves because it's what's pleasurable or what feels good at the time. And it's a problem. So I know for a fact that it's negatively affecting some of you. We make poor choices because we don't give ourselves time to think things through. We're impatient and rushed, and all of this takes a huge toll on your mental health. So I think also we're constantly worried about the next best thing or the better options out there, that we never stop to be thankful for the things that we already have. And how can you sit there and be happy when you're constantly wanting something more or something better? This leaves us unhappy, unfulfilled, and never feeling like we have enough. And again, whether that be entertainment, scrolling through TikTok. Some people can't even sit down and watch a 12-minute YouTube video because they're so used to scrolling through TikTok and getting a new video every 30 seconds. So it's just this constant instant gratification and this dopamine in our brain that is telling us if things aren't happening now, then they're not good enough. So really take a step back and understand how instant gratification is affecting you. It could be spending a ton of money on a shopping spree because you feel like it's going to fill some void that you're missing. I promise you, it's not. This could be sleeping with a ton of people back to back because you're so focused on immediate pleasure that you don't think of the long-term ramifications that come along with that. I mean, really, I could go on and on about the ways that instant gratification is affecting our society, but I see this destroy a lot of men. It's a weakness and something that I think as a society, again, we all need to work on, myself included. And as the saying goes, good things come to those who wait. So don't forget to be patient. Think about the long-term consequences of things, or really just the long-term goals of things in your life before you make a decision, instead of thinking about what feels good right now or what is the most pleasurable right now in this very second. Really think about how things are going to affect you long-term, and I guarantee you'll make better choices. All right, guys, that is all I have for 5 weaknesses that destroy men. And really, to be honest, I think most of these, besides the chasing girls things, affect women as well. So I think as a society, these are things that we really need to work on. These are things that are making people miserable and sad and unfulfilled, and I don't want any of you to feel that way. So again, I would hate to see any of the things on this list holding you back in life. So if you notice yourself doing any of these, really try to cut them out and see if it makes a positive impact for you. I hope you all found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. Let me know down in the comments below what you think some other weaknesses are. I probably could have added many more to the list, but I think these are 5 main ones that I notice a lot. So let me know down in the comments below what you think, if you've experienced any of these, if you've cut any of these out of your life. Would love to hear some personal stories down below. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.